Behind the DM Curtain. I'm your host, Tom Conyers. Today I'm joined by philanthropist, writer, and all-around model, Travis Kaufman. Travis, how are you?
I'm good. I would like to just point out that currently, as far as my modeling concerned, sticking to foot modeling right now.
Nice.
I want to try to keep, I want to diversify.
Very lucrative business in foot modeling.
More so than you'd think, actually. There's quite a bit of demand out there because there's not only the naked foot modeling, but you've got your shoe modeling, your sock modeling. Interesting note, the times that you see people walking on the beach, not the same people, foot models.
Oh, wow. Yep. I did not know that.
Yeah.
A little trade secret for you people.
A lot of demand out there for foot models.
Now, 2 minutes in, we're already pulling back a curtain. But Travis, you get the honor of being the first one of these kind of behind the DM curtain things that we're going to do. It's basically because we need filler because a lot of crazy stuff's happening with the cast right now,
A little bit.
Having a baby. Bit. Two of them have new jobs, and
we're producing new cast members as we speak.
Yeah, future generations of players.
I've heard of rolling new characters, but this is kind of extreme.
Yeah, this is like RP to the next level. But yeah, so we thought it'd be kind of cool to do these little mini episodes where I interview each of the cast members, kind of talk to them, and ask some questions about them and their characters and whatnot, so you can kind of
getting to know you,
right?
getting to know all about you.
So we'll start off with the easy ones. This is just questions about you, Travis. Name.
Yeah, well, it is Travis. And thankfully, you're interviewing me about me.
Yeah.
If you were interviewing me about not one of the other cast members, this could get a little dicey.
It would be hard.
So I like that you're keeping in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
I always, when I start an interview, I always want to start with an easy question, kind of make them feel, comfortable, like we built a rapport. And then I hit them with the hard hitting facts. Yeah.
Although there's the whole Mitch Hedberg skit where he's like, "So you're Mitch Hedberg." And I think, wait, is this guy really deep right now, or is it just confirming I'm in the right place?
That's hilarious. So question for you.
Yes.
What's the reason behind making the character Exilkoff? You play Exilkoff, by the way.
I do. Another convenience there. So for me, I'd been out of the game as far as D&D had been concerned for over a decade. I've played many different types of characters in the past, but having not played since 3rd edition, I really wanted a character that, as far as the actual playing of the character, the mechanics of the game itself, would be pretty straightforward. So I wanted to stay away from your spellcasters and things of that nature until I got really kind of comfortable with it again. Yeah. So I wanted to go with a straight-up barbarian, but put a little different twist on it, thus his unusual background.
Yeah, no, it's definitely breaking the game for sure. But you're still within the rules, so it's not like you're technically breaking any rules, What are your hopes for Exilkoff, during the campaign or whatnot?
Well, this has definitely been a learning experience for him. I think even throughout the first dozen episodes or so, we've hopefully seen some personal growth in regards to playing as a team and taking the goals and feelings of others into account. He was definitely much more of a lone wolf coming into the campaign. I think so. We've seen some personal growth from him, but I think more importantly, he needs to find his way. He's kind of just a lost little oversized with too big of teeth and claws kind of puppy.
Just kind of stomping his way through life.
He really is, and he's kind of wandering right now. So he is a ship just adrift right now without a rudder. So
yeah, I don't know. It's definitely been nice to see how the other team members have incorporated him in, and it's very much he still is very lone wolfy, but I don't know. My ideas with Farzu, you kind of see him kind of more, kind of where it started to where the relationship is now. It's kind of growing in a nice subtle way.
I'm really excited to see where it goes. I'm excited just because there's so much to unpack kind of emotionally still with him. It's I don't want to be a murder hobo.
Yeah.
And so that's why for me I enjoyed probably the role playing aspects of the game just as much as the actual combat, if not more so on the role playing side, because that really is what allows me to kind of really fully flesh out the game.
Yeah, you get to be more.
What I want to do.
Yeah, more than a guy that just hits stuff really good. You get to be
I hit
guy
stuff.
with you get to be an onion, as they say.
Yes, exactly.
Question: how are you enjoying the campaign so far? Is there anything you like really enjoyed so far, or is there any changes and improvements that you've been like wanting to see?
I've really enjoyed the balance between the role playing, the exposition, and the combat. Like, I think the story is really intertwining together really nicely, giving us all an opportunity to enjoy the parts that we enjoy most. And so, like, if you're a combat heavy type of person, there's plenty of that. If you enjoy just really digging into a role, RP, you can do that, or just setting the scene to exposition. I think we have a beautiful blend so far.
Yeah.
So there've been, but there's definitely been a lot of moments that I've really, really enjoyed. The one thing that I would change right now, and this is what I'm really trying to explore with my particular character, is he's like you said, he's broken but not breaking the rules. It's making combat a little bit more challenging, I think, for my comrades, because we're just on different places right now, and that's going to balance out as the spellcasters get stronger, things of that nature. And my physical gifts will probably become less prominent as the encounters get tougher. So it's kind of walking a fine line, making sure that it's still enjoyable for everyone and not just for me, racking up 200 points of damage in a single turn.
Just fucking wiping out my encounter that I was like, oh, cool. Like, there's been a couple of those, couple coming up soon that you probably listen to or whatnot. But it's been fun watching Travis literally break my game and just been like, oh, it's cool. I only spent like 45 minutes to like an hour and a half working on the encounter, but cool, just kill everything in your turn. That's awesome. So we're going to kind of shift gears here. We're going to be asking questions for Zealkoff.
All right, so before we do, one thing I did want to get into, because as I look back over the course of the campaign so far, I think about, I was having difficulty preparing for this interview, just like picking one particular moment that really stood out to me that I enjoyed, because there's been so many classic moments that you could point out that says, oh my god, that was just amazing. So like when we did the skill check on the Euphren.
Oh yeah.
And like just cutting it that close, like everybody was on on the edge of their seat. Like, it was so crazy. Or obviously Trist being a daisy, or Paul Blart and John Wick, or me growing twice in size in the alleyway. There's just been so many amazing moments so far. And so I'm definitely looking forward to a lot more memorable moments, because the best moments, I think, have come when we've really worked together as a team. Yeah. And I think that's been the best part of it so far.
Yeah, it's been really organic, too, how it's happened. Like,
definitely.
It's not really been so much meta gaming. It's very like, hey, Zealkoff, I'm going to cast a spell on you and you're going to become a giant. So do your thing,
I think the only other thing out of game that was just I still can't get over is Trish calling Muhammad Ali the famous wrestler.
yeah, that was pretty bad.
I think she still probably needs to roll a couple of d20s for that one.
Yeah.
So yes, Zealkoff.
Zealkoff. Now, you've requested not to do it in your character voice. Just don't tell anyone else, because everyone else I'm going to try to make them speak as their character. Some of my favorite things that they do, like inside the actor studio, when they have like voice actors on and stuff, they have them like go into their character.
All right. You're twisting my arm.
No, you're good.
It will be a Zealkoff. That's fine.
No, you're fine.
I'm
You're
good.
Okay. So, hi. What's your name?
Zealkoff.
Oh, nice. And what's your race?
I am half drow, half human.
Oh, nice. And how would you say you align in the world?
Chaotic neutral.
Okay. Is that just because of your drow nature? Like, because you're a drow and you grew up in there, or?
Chaos certainly reigned supreme throughout my formative years. After branching out on my own, I found there's a lot more shades of gray in the world. So okay. I think that's helped shaped the alignment.
There you go. How would you describe yourself as Zealkoff? Are you like physically, or mentally, or personality wise? I'll take any answer.
Well, I don't know how familiar some of our friends out there may be with drow, but I am quite counter to what you might expect. I'm a hulking figure, thus what led to my barbarian type of lifestyle, if you will, because of my half human parentage. I stand a good 7 or 8 inches over your average drow, and probably have a good 75 pounds of muscle on them.
So you're big. You're big for your race, for sure.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
But I'm also not the jet black skin tone that you would expect from drow. It's a more of a cloudy black.
That's probably just from your years on the surface.
That, in addition to having half human.
Yeah.
Or a human father.
Yeah. What was your home life, and where are you from? So you're Underdark, I'm assuming. So
in the Underdark. Yeah. My grandmother was the leader of our village before she was viciously killed by my uncle in a coup for power. During the ensuing battle, he'd enlisted the help of another village, which in turn turned on him, and the other village overtook ours. I killed my uncle in my escape from the Underdark, as my village burned to the ground.
Yeah. So your life started out in definitely some turmoil and chaos.
And being the product of a drow mother and a human father, I've known to be ostracized. I was ostracized from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So even your average drow will experience a childhood of violence. Mine was taken to an extreme level. So I've always known extreme levels of violence.
Yeah. And you spent an abnormal amount of time on the surface for a drow, I would say. And you've already touched on the base of facing adversity for being half drow, half human. What were some of the challenges in travels? Just basically, was it being a drow but amplified?
It was such a culture shock in the beginning, obviously, spending time on the surface world, just seeing so many different races. And I never knew acceptance, so I never sought acceptance in the outside world. I expected to be treated as an outsider and treated everyone with the same disdain as has shown me. So with that, it always has been difficult to find acceptance, so therefore I don't seek it out. But I did find something that I hadn't experienced in my formative years in the Underdark, was the kindness and tenderness that other races can show. That was something that was unfamiliar to me for the most part growing up.
Nice. Any interest in searching for your father at all after all this time?
I've always, when I first came to the surface, I'd held a hatred for humans, and almost humans and drows on the same level. Oddly enough, I hated probably my 2 races more than I hated other races, which was quite unusual for most drow. But with that, I learned that humans come in all shapes and sizes and can be very different. Some can be very docile, while some can be very manipulative, and others can be very aggressive. So they certainly, I learned over time not to judge all humans by my despicable father. But I know that if I were to ever cross paths with him, that I don't even know that I would want answers as much as I would want blood.
Oh, right on. More of actions and then ask questions later, if that encounter ever happened. So you've been a lone wolf, I would say, most of your life, but now you're finding yourself in a party. And not in just any party, but a party with a mission to save the realm as you know it. What are your thoughts on some of your fellow party members, or just your member party in general?
It's fascinating me, because this is the first time first time I've ever worked in a group, but moreover, I'm so used to disdain from people that are around me, even for short amounts of time. And the level of acceptance that has just been freely given by my party members is something that I constantly have an emotional struggle with. It's not that I don't deserve it. It's just such an unfamiliar feeling to me. But power respects power, and they've shown not only versatility but fortitude that has earned my respect. And I can tell you it's not easy to earn my respect. But each of the party members in their own way has certainly shown me something that I can respect in them. While I may not always agree with some of my party members, we seem to work better as a team. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean that I completely abandoned my lone wolf ways. I'm still going to call to action first and ask questions later, as you mentioned previously. But with that, it's working in a party dynamic is something that I'm unfamiliar with, but it's something that I can definitely see value in, because there are certainly situations where I probably would have not fared quite as well without my teammates.
Yeah. Last question for you, Zilkov. Where do you want to see yourself at the end of this journey?
That probably is the toughest question to answer, because I still feel like there's something out there that's calling to me that I haven't found yet. I haven't found, like, the mission gives me a good excuse to keep going forward.
Yeah, find yourself.
And so it's almost like it's an exercise in distraction.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, thank you, Zilkov, for your time. At this time, I'll ask you to please leave and invite Travis back in.
Just like that.
Just like that. I'll see you next. I'll see you next session.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know why the whole entire time that was happening, because I think it's because the soft lighting here. I was imagining like Zilkov sitting in a chair, like still just in like his loincloth and like bare, but like with glasses, and just like speaking very like NPR. Like, yes, I had a rough childhood.
I can definitely kind of see that.
Yeah, it was good though. It was good.
That was fun.
Yeah. Definitely how I was imagining. I was like, yeah, it's definitely fun, like having people play the little, like, answer the questions as their characters.
I know, and that's why I'm looking forward to hearing some of the other interviews as well. I think it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up here again, stealing this from the Inside the Actor Studios. James Litton always asks the same 10 questions at the end of all of his shows. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's the Pivot Questionnaire. It was made by this guy who's made these 10 questions, and James Lipson asks everyone.
There you go.
So I'm just going to end the interview asking you these same 10 questions.
No, this isn't a rapid fire thing.
I mean, like, I'll ask them, and whatever first comes to your head. Doesn't have to, but it's not like snap.
Okay.
You can take a minute.
We're not on the timer here.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So for the first one, what is your favorite word?
Favorite word is ocean liner. I know that's
Ocean
2 words.
liner. Okay.
So there you go. That's all the explanation you
Yeah.
get.
No, you don't. That's the thing. They don't explain. You just.
Okay, there you go.
What's your least favorite word?
Phlegm.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a story about phlegm right now, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't. I'm glad I don't have to hear it.
Right? What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Just having the room to kind of like freeform and not groupthink. That's not the right term, but kind of a platform for multiple people to come together. I think like our party dynamics right now, like we just have the most amazing organic stuff that comes out of it. So just open forum for a lot of voices, I guess.
Yeah. What turns you off?
Willful ignorance.
Okay. What's your favorite curse word?
Fuck, I have to choose just one.
Yeah.
I gotcha. No, definitely dropping F-bombs left, right, and sideways.
So good. What sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of rain falling, actually.
That's good.
Yeah.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Well, I'm cat sitting right now, so cats fighting. I hate the sound of cats fighting. Especially at 4 a.m.
Yeah. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
God, I'd love to be a professional writer.
What profession would you like not to attempt?
Surgeon. I would not enjoy that.
All right, and for your final question, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I'm sorry there's been an error in your paperwork.
Awesome, man. Well, that wasn't too bad, right?
Piece of cake.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for being part of the Homebrewed Heroes. I don't think I've ever thanked you for that. It's been an awesome adventure.
Yeah, it's funny because I listened back to the episodes and it's tough to not be a little self-conscious because I just find that apparently I think everything is hilarious because all I do is hear myself laugh during most of it. So I'm having a blast. Yeah. I'm having an absolute blast.
Yeah, it's good though, because if you're not enjoying it, then definitely the listeners wouldn't be enjoying it. So it's good that you're enjoying it.
Oh no, yeah. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I hope this thing goes on for many years. I've been having a blast doing it, and I know we have future campaigns we want to run.
Never-ending campaigns.
Never-ending campaigns. No, this campaign will come to an end, but future campaigns we'll have to run or something.
I hope so. Otherwise, Oliver's going to be writing his own character at one point.
There you go. Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much again for joining us, and I guess we'll hear you in our next episode of Homebrewed Heroes.
My pleasure, and thank you to all the listeners out there. If you're having half as much fun as we are making it, then you should probably be ashamed of yourselves.
There you go. Couldn't have said better myself, you guys. Thank you so much for listening and joining me here behind the DM curtain. And until next time, may the dice ever roll in your favor. And we're recording. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hope you're enjoying this nice little break in the action here with a little behind the DM curtain with your host, Thomas Conyers. Yeah, so it was kind of fun recording these, because it's fun to... Hi, Desmond. My cat Desmond's in here, and he's meowing because he loves me and he wants my attention. But yeah, I really enjoyed filming or recording these because it was fun to kind of get, the thoughts on how, people playing the campaign are liking it, and also how, to kind of interview the characters. It's kind of a fun little fun jab at Inside the Actor Studio, James Lipton style. But yeah, so like I said, we have a couple of these just to fill out some episodes since, the Suches just had a new baby, Oliver. He was born on Halloween, nice and healthy. He's like the coolest kid ever. So I'm sure he'll be joining the campaign soon. And then also, Matt and Jay were on the East Coast for the last 3 weeks. So not a lot of opportunities to get recording done, but we're making it work. So this is like I said, this is going to be the first one of Behind the DM Curtain. And then the next episode in 2 weeks will be a normal episode. And then 2 weeks will be another Behind the DM Curtain. So I think that's going to be the release schedule from now until we run out, until we can kind of get back into a good hopper, get some recordings under our belt, because we're running low in the quiver, as it would say. Sorry for such a late upload this evening. So hope you enjoy this on your Friday instead of Thursday. Upload it late Thursday night. It's about 9:09. Just been working a lot. That 2-job life, and then also instead of this week for ChubbyCat, I recorded by myself, but instead of just recording, I did a little Let's Play of me playing Destiny Crucible. That should be live now. The audio should be in our ChubbyCat feed, RSS feed, and then it looks like the video for YouTube just went live, because I've never uploaded a video like this to YouTube, and apparently my computer went to sleep while I was at work today, so that stopped the upload, and it didn't upload. But of course, once I got home, turned it on, it took 20 minutes, so that's a fun fact about that. But it's up now, so if you want to view that, go to ChubbyCat Crew to YouTube. It's also, you can follow the links on our page at chubbycat.net if you want to do that. Watch that. Episode 58 of ChubbyCat, but also episode 1 of Let's Play. I think we're going to start doing some of these because I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was relatively easy to do. So there's a few things I want to tweak and mess around with, but for the most part, I think I kind of have it figured out. So, oh, hi, Desmond. Now he's in my lap because he really loves me, and I'm squeezing him, and he's so fluffy, and I love my Desmond. But yeah, anyways, a little housekeeping. So I mentioned Let's Play. If you want to follow us and like us on our social medias, you can find those at chubbycat.net or just find us on Instagram or Twitter, ChubbyCat Crew for both of those. Email us at chubbycatpodcasts for weapon ideas or let us know what you're thinking about the show. You can also let us know what you're thinking about the show on iTunes. Giving us a like and a rating and a little review lets us know how we're doing and also helps us out in the ratings and gets us out there to more listeners. So if you like what you hear and you think you know someone who would like what you're hearing as well, then please share us. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. That'd be dope. Yeah. Also thanks to my boy Kevin McLeod for his use of his music. Got some new tunes in here. I'll put the link in the description, as always, of who I've been using. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Again, I hope you really have been enjoying these Behind the DM Curtains. And it'll be Dead as Zealkoff, and next up will be Triss. And then in the next couple of weeks, we'll figure out who I'm going to do next. But yeah, until next time, you guys, enjoy your week, and may the dice ever roll in your favor. Hello and welcome to Behind the DM Curtain. I'm your host, Thomas Conyers. Today I'm joined by the one and only beautiful Trish Such, who plays Triss Blackwater. Not confusing whatsoever. On the hit show Homebrewed Heroes. Trish, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Doing all right. Yeah. Feeling like a trash man at the moment, but isn't that great?
Happens.
It happens. But hey, welcome to Behind the DM Curtain, where we interview our players. You're very pregnant.
I'm super pregnant.
It's kind of weird. Like, it's almost like Homebrewed Heroes is like a time capsule of like.
A little bit, because I think we just found out I was pregnant when we started.
Yeah. So like, in a way, Oliver has been a part of the campaign from the beginning.
A little bit. So for those of you keeping along at home, I could have a baby right now.
She literally her water could break and
we might not finish this interview.
Yeah, I keep joking about it, but like it would make really good radio. So like I'm not gonna be upset if it happens. So yeah, it's pretty casual interview here, but it's going to break it down to 3 sections. Basically, I'm going to ask you, Trish, some questions, and then I'm going to ask for Triss Blackwater to step in, and she's going to answer some questions, and then we'll wrap it up back up with Trish.
Sounds good.
And you know what's funny is I've noticed, since your 2 names are so similar, I think half the time when I mean to call you Trish, I call you Triss. When I'm like, hey, what's up, Triss? And I'm like, did I say Trish or did I say Trist?
It's okay, because when you first met me, you called me Tish for like a year.
Did I really?
I was like, seriously?
Really?
Yes. Like, for like a long time.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because it got to the point where it went on so long that it felt weirder to
if you had brought it up?
Exactly.
That's horrible. You should have said something. Now I feel like a shit person again.
Do you remember that time that we hung out one-on-one like for a whole day and played video games?
Yeah, I played video games and did your dishes.
Yeah, you called me Tish all day.
God, it's fucking horrible.
But like by that time it had been going on so long that it was like weirder to correct you.
Oh God, that makes me feel
And it figured
horrible.
itself out.
Yeah, that's horrible though. I wonder if I had like a realization where I was just like, have I been calling her Tish or is it Trish? Oh God, it's almost as bad as I have a friend. He has a sister named Madeline. I can't spell it and I can't say it, and I was pronouncing it so wrong one day we were playing Magic that she literally like threw down her hands and she's like, that's not my name. So whenever she comes over, I just don't attack her because I'm like, I can't say your name. So
You don't address her?
I don't attack her. Like when we're playing Magic, I'm like,
oh,
I just don't attack her because I'm like, I can't fucking say your name. It's like Men-Ali.
I attack you, buddy.
Yeah, pal. Fucking horrible. Anyways, hey, what's your name?
Trish Such.
What? What's the reason behind the character that you made? Like, why rogue? Why? Because you're a human. No. Yeah.
Yes. I'm probably like one of the only people I think on our entire team who's not like a mixed breed of some sort.
Yeah, some sort.
Just a straight up human. Human because they just appeal to me. Like, I don't know. She had like a pretty normal backstory where she wasn't growing up in like the woods, like a wood elf or just anything crazy like that. So I decided just to give her a human because that's pretty general. And I've always loved rogues, no matter what the fantasy world is.
Yeah, and you've always wanted to be a sneaky sneak.
Yeah, I like being sneaky.
Even though you've never been the great, I think. Yeah, because we had another campaign we played when we first started playing D&D. It was a druid, right?
Yeah, she was a druid, so she was versatile. Well, she was intended to be versatile.
That is
my daughter.
That was the daughter.
She was intended to be more versatile than I actually ended up playing her as, but...
Yeah, I almost felt like you tried to play her as a rogue.
A little bit, so that's kind of why...
You kind of went over.
I just went straight up rogue this time.
I mean, I guess it all works itself out.
Yeah.
In the wash? Is that the saying? That's the saying, right?
In the wash?
Yeah, it works. It all work out in the wash.
Sure. I mean, you just said it.
Yeah, I made it up. What are some hopes that you have for your character? Like, dreams or aspirations?
I don't know. I feel like she's at a point where it's a little unclear to like even her.
Yeah.
So she's just kind of going with the flow. Her life goal as part of her backstory was to get revenge on her partner. But she has not found him. Mm-hmm. So that's still kind of like up in the air. And that hasn't even been addressed in the campaign.
No.
Correct.
Yeah. So hopefully revenge is the ultimate goal in the end.
Yes. But as far as what drives her, she's a thief, but she's not really out to get rich. Mm-hmm. She's just a very true neutral. I mean, she's neutral evil, but she's a very neutral character, and she's just going with it.
Okay, just going with the flow.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying the campaign so far? Is there anything that really stood out to you, or anything that you would like to see changed or improved upon?
No, I really, really like it. I like the world that you have built. I think it's really interesting. And I like that it's ever changing. Mm-hmm. Like we keep on finding ourselves in these different places and different towns, and there's just something entirely different going on in every town.
Yeah, it's that short attention span of millennials. Got to keep it changing.
You know, you just like a lot of shiny objects.
Yeah, got to keep you wanting more.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're at the part of the interview where I'm going to ask you to leave, and if you can invite Tris to come in, please.
Bye, Felicia's. Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I think so.
Travis did a surprisingly well job, so
Travis is a great RPer.
Yeah, so no pressure.
I mean, Azila probably just sat here and told you to like F yourself.
No, actually, it was kind of weird. It was almost like very NPR-ish. Like I was trying to imagine like this giant drow just sitting in a corner and just being like, "Well, Tom, no, actually, my childhood was quite rough," and like it was really weird, but like it was good. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hi, can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Trist.
Okay.
Trist Blackwater.
Nice. What's your race and alignment?
Human. And I don't like the word alignment.
Oh no, too much of a what's the word I'm looking for? Title?
Yeah.
Or put profiles on things.
Exactly. I play situation by situation.
Are you one of those girls that doesn't like to like have a boyfriend? Like you're just like, why put a label on it?
I mean, well, like I'm gay, so I don't like to have
boyfriend.
I don't like to have a
boyfriend at all.
And I don't think I've ever been in a relationship ever.
Yeah, not enough time. Probably.
I mean, I was kind of on the move.
Yeah.
So
get it where you can and move on.
Yes.
I got it. That's awesome. How would you describe yourself?
I don't know. I like a loner, but loner makes me sound like a weirdo.
It does make you sound like a weirdo. Are you normal for a human? Oh, I'm sorry. Tris is taking a break because Trish is having a contraction from Oliver. That's like some super meta right now.
Is Trist Blackwater pregnant?
It'd be hard because she's gay.
That'd be difficult. Well,
I mean, guess.
if she doesn't like titles,
Yeah.
like, she experiments.
There you go.
Okay, it's over.
Are you sure?
No. Okay, what's the question?
You're gonna have a baby on my podcast. This is gonna be sick. my recorder's portable too, so I can be in the car like.
Great. Okay.
Like, are you average for a human or?
I mean, I would say yes. So humans, I feel like, and this is probably maybe like a generalization or racist stereotype, but I feel like they're a pretty selfish species.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm maybe kind of a selfish person. And so, yeah, I think I'm pretty typical
Nice.
for the rest of my race.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that. Humans are pretty out for the number one,
Yeah.
their own survival.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
So I grew up in a city. I did not have a family. And so I kind of grew up on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have a partner. His name was Oren. We grew up together. So first the orphanage and then just the streets. And after a while, we just started going from city to city, pickpocketing and stealing, and then eventually turned into actually doing it professionally and doing heists. But I'm kind of just from everywhere.
Yeah. Didn't have a family, grew up in an orphanage, so not really a lot of a home life per se. Would you say the streets were your home?
Yes.
Okay, so you're more street smart than you are book smart?
I'm still pretty book smart.
Oh, okay.
Definitely more street smart.
Do you want to tell me a little bit more about Oren? What's the story there?
That didn't end well. It was rough because, like I said, we grew up together. We were in the same orphanage. We were kids, and we just latched onto each other. And we went everywhere together, and we looked out for each other. He was really the only family I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Now we kind of always just had this thing. I mentioned that we were thieves, burglars, I guess, call it if we got hired.
Yeah.
And we didn't kill if we didn't need to.
Thieves with a code.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a killer. I don't like to hurt people. I just want to, take the things they have and just try to get
You
by.
just want to add it to your own things. Yeah. Gotta survive.
Yeah, and usually we just sell it. And then I would usually, when Oren took most of the gold from his cut, he pocketed. My cut, I took what I needed, but usually I try and give back to the orphanage.
Okay.
So we didn't kill if we didn't need to, ever. And we took a burglary job. He said that it was a burglary job. So we got in the house. I didn't know, but what he actually took was a hit. He assassinated the lord of the house, who he told me wasn't going to be there. And he bailed, and he pinned it on me.
Damn.
Yeah. So I actually went to jail for it. I was sentenced to death, but I escaped. And still, pretty bummed out that he did that.
Yeah, it's a pretty big betrayal.
Yeah, it kind of hurt. I would definitely like to see him again. I'd like to talk that out.
Yeah, see how that goes.
Yeah.
Is Oliver the love child between you and and Oren?
He's not.
No.
No half human, half gnome love child.
Oh, it would have been quite a romance scandal. Hey, what's your obsession of wanting to tame a wolf?
I just like wolves.
Just like wolves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would love a companion.
Yeah.
But I don't really trust people.
Okay.
Or anybody. But animals, I've never really been close with animals.
Mm-hmm.
I have no animal handling skills.
None whatsoever.
Absolutely none. I actually think I might have negative animal handling skills.
Oh, great.
But the idea of animals, to me, that's a loyal companion.
Okay. And any particular reason because of a wolf?
Because it's also a vicious companion.
Okay.
I mean, ever since that whole thing with Oren went down, I realized that a strict code of not killing might not be very realistic. Sometimes maybe you just have to do what you have to do. I mean, honestly, if I do ever find him again, I might kill him. So I feel like a wolf as a companion, they could get behind that.
Okay.
They could help you with some killing.
So you talked about Orin and kind of how you were part of this team and then got burned. Tell me how you feel about now being part of this new party. And what do you feel about your new party members?
I like everyone, pretty much. I mean, I think I've fallen in with a crowd of mostly good people. I mean, by good, I mean like harmless.
Yeah.
I don't see any of them really screwing me over, but I also don't intend on giving any of them the chance to screw me over. So, kind of just going to see how that goes.
Nice. Where do you want to see yourself at the end of this journey? Or what are your hopes?
Well, what I was originally hoping, because obviously the king, Prince Rowan, was kidnapped, and they were desperate to get him back. And I'm still wanted in a lot of major cities, so I was hoping to get clemency out of this.
Oh, there you go.
But I'm pretty sure the guy I mentioned that to is, like, dead.
Oh,
I haven't seen
Tom
him in a while.
Graywillow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He hasn't been around.
I mean, that was my goal, and now I'm just kind of rolling with it.
Oh. So it progresses. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Trish. I'm going to ask you to step out now and invite Trish back in, please.
Okay.
Movie magic. Welcome back.
Thank you.
That wasn't too bad, right?
No.
Okay, so one of my favorite interview shows ever of all time is Inside the Actor's Studio with James Lipton. He asked the same 10 questions at the end of all of his interviews, and I'm going to ask you those same 10 questions now.
Fantastic.
Okay? They're called the Pivot Question. It's the Pivot Questionnaire. It's made by some French guy named something Pivot.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite word?
Is that question supposed to be hard?
No, not at all. It's supposed to be the first thing that comes to your mind.
I don't.
And you don't have to explain. It's literally
I
just
don't think I have a favorite word. Just maybe that's no.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say custard.
Custard. Okay. What's your least favorite word?
Moist.
Moist is a great word.
Worst word.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Intelligence.
Okay.
If I can sit down with someone and just have a really deep conversation that just doesn't stop.
What turns you off?
The opposite of that.
Ignorance or idiotism?
Ignorance, idiocy, general non-competence.
Okay.
People who basically just have no desire to be informed.
Okay, yeah. What's your favorite curse word?
Cunt.
What sound or noise do you love?
I'm gonna be super sentimental right now.
No?
It's my daughter laughing.
It's a good sound.
It's a good laugh.
It's a good laugh. What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh my god. Okay, so when styrofoam, when you rub styrofoam and it gets a little bit squeaky, that's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Interesting.
Cannot deal.
Interesting.
Makes me want to throw up.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Doctor.
What profession would you like not to attempt?
Nail technician, doing pedicures.
Pedicures, okay. And lastly, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
That I can go through them.
You're welcome. Here you go.
I would be pleasantly surprised.
You did it, kid. That's awesome. Well, that's all I have for you.
Hey.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Just want to say thank you for doing this interview, but also doing the podcast. I know we're adults and lives are crazy and stuff, but I appreciate you coming on this podcast adventure with me.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, because everybody knows Tom just puts an insane amount of work into this podcast, like so much work.
I do.
So we appreciate it.
Yeah, I do because I love you guys and I like the time we get to spend.
It's too pregnant for this.
Sorry. I dropped it on Travis too at the end too. But no, I just want to let you guys know I do appreciate it, and I know sometimes it can be a lot getting the schedules together and setting up all the equipment and then having to talk in the microphone and engage. It's super hard. We'll get there though. We'll get there.
And rolling a D20 instead of a
D12. Yeah, someday we'll learn how to play the game.
It's hard.
But Trish, thank you so much for joining me here, and I love you.
Love you.
Boom. And thank you so much, listeners, for joining us here for Behind the DM Curtain. Make sure you stay tuned for next bye-week when we release a new episode. And until next time, may the dice ever roll in your favor. All right. Bye.